A very good afternoon, one and all. Let us do this exercise. In fourth semester, the last part, under unit 3, we do have got this one, technical vocabulary. So, business report writing and media report writing, and then technical vocabulary, right? So technical vocabulary is very, very important. These days, everything is going through. Everything is happening or taking place with the technology only. Without technology, you cannot imagine the things to take place or happen. So techie savvy, technology related things are very much needed these days. So it is also called jargon. Technical vocabulary is also known as jargon, right? It is a set of words or phrases that are used in academic or professional setting. For instance, people working in software field use words such as chip, bug, virus, byte, cookie, etc., etc. These words look very common to all, but those who are working in software have different sort of idea about these words. We do in common way, we have our common thought, but they are using it for different purpose and for different idea. So words, phrases used in academic or professional setting is technical vocabulary. Okay. Chip has got different meanings, bug has got different meaning, viruses, we know biological viruses, and at the same time, the thing that causes problems, byte and cookie, they have their own technological meanings for them, right? So these words have a meaning that is different from their general meaning. All the above mentioned words, those are, chip, bug, virus, byte, cookie, etc., etc. They do have got their own meanings. These words have a meaning that is different from their general meaning. Experts in any field use this kind of jargon as shorthand in communication with their peers. See, this is very, very important statement. Experts in any field use this kind of jargon as shorthand in communication with their peers. When you have technological sound knowledge, when you have sound knowledge of one particular subject topic, then what you do, you communicate with your peers in a shorthand way. You make it into shortcuts, and you will be in complete control of all those things. So experts in any field use this kind of jargon as shorthand in communication with their peers. In this class, we will learn technical vocabulary related to business and media, right? Business and media. Then business vocabulary. So under the caption business vocabulary, the technical vocabulary is, for example, agenda. We talk about this in our academic issues, academic professions. Agenda. Agenda is a written list of points to be discussed in a meeting. Agenda is written list of points to be discussed in a meeting. Then attendee. Attendee is one who attends a meeting. Okay, attendee is one who attends the meeting, is known as attendee. Bid. Bid is price a buyer is willing to offer for shares in a company. Price a buyer is willing to offer for shares in a company. Then billboard, a signboard for advertising posters. Billboard is a signboard for advertising posters. For advertising posters. Then see, these are the billboards. Examples of the billboards. They are shown in the advertisement boards. Okay. To fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. So in advertisement boards, you are seeing billboards. These are known as billboards. Okay. Then blue chip stocks. Stocks of leading companies that have stable growth and earnings. Blue chip stocks are those stocks of leading companies that have stable growth and earnings. They are good on par with any other companies. Stocks, blue chip stocks. Stocks of leading companies that have stable growth and earnings. Capital, the money and other property of companies used in a business transaction. Capital is the money and the other property of companies used in a business transaction. Then capital stock. Capital stock means all shares representing the ownership of a company. All shares representing the ownership of a company. Capital stock means all shares representing the ownership of a company. Then casting vote. This is very crucial, very important thing. A vote usually cast by a chairperson to decide an issue when the votes on each side are equal. See, when there are two parties, voting takes place. If it is done unanimously, there is no question if something is to be elected or selected. If it is not unanimously, then if there is a division, then the voting takes place. So casting vote, a vote usually cast by a chairperson to decide an issue when the votes on each side are equal. Then here, both the parties, each five are there. Then the chairman will decide by giving his casting vote to which side he is giving the preference. Okay, casting vote is that vote which is being held by the chairperson of that particular company. So very, very important thing, casting vote. Then conference call. Conference call, a telephone call between three or more people in different places. Usually what happens in a telephone call, two people from either end discuss points. But a telephone call between three or more people in different places is usually known as conference call. So 3-4 people, if want to talk at a time, that becomes the conference call. These days we see family members, friends having a conference call in a casual, in a usual, in a general way. A telephone call between three or more people in different, they have to be in different places. A telephone call between three or more people in different places is known as conference call. Then consensus. It's a general agreement among the members. So consensus, when there is a consensus, we move ahead, we go ahead. So consensus is a very important thing to come to a conclusion. When there is a consensus and things move faster. Dividend, a part of a company's earnings, that is paid to the shareholders or stockholders on a quarterly or annual basis is known as dividend. A part of company's earnings that is paid to the shareholders or stockholders on a quarterly or annual basis. This can be given either on a quarterly basis or annual basis. Stockholders or shareholders now and then get profits. A company usually makes profits. These profits are distributed among the stockholders or stakeholders in the form of dividend. Actually, what the company earns as profit is being distributed among the stockholders and shareholders. That is nothing but dividend. Equity. The value of stocks and shares is known as equity. Equity is the value of shares and stocks is known as equity. And fringe benefits. Advantages offered in addition to salary are usually known as fringe benefits. Advantages offered in addition to salary, such as life insurance, retirement scheme, company car, fuel, sometimes provision of fuel, etc., are known as fringe benefits. Fringe benefits are those advantages offered in addition to salary. Salary, usually all employees get, but apart from their salary, they also get some other benefits. They are known as fringe benefits other than the salary, whatever they get. Usually insurance, retirement scheme, company car, etc., will be given in the form of fringe benefits. Perquisites, we say. Conference, a meeting conducted through the internet. You call it as a conference. Jingle, a catchy tune used to promote a product. Jingle is a catchy tune used to promote a product. In order to promote a product, we need a catchy tune. It's a jingle. Catchy tune is nothing but jingle. Jingle is a catchy tune used to promote a product. Liabilities. Debts and obligations of a company or an individual. Liabilities are debts and obligations of a company or an individual. Liabilities are debts and obligations of a company or an individual. Minutes, a written summary of the proceedings at a meeting. A written summary of the proceedings at a meeting. A written summary of the proceedings at a meeting is known as minutes. So minute has got different meanings. Minute is 60 seconds, MINUTE, and minutes here is a written summary of the proceedings at a meeting, and the same word, but The way we pronounce is different. Minute, when it is minute, it becomes adjective from noun, and then it gives very, very keen. Very keen is minute. He checks minute details. Okay. Then negotiate. Negotiate is discussing a business deal in order to reach an agreement. Negotiate, negotiation, negotiable contract, we talk about. So negotiate is discussing a business deal in order to reach an agreement. Discussing a business deal in order to reach an agreement is negotiate. Okay. And then portfolio. Portfolio is various types of securities held by an individual or an institution. Various types of securities held by an individual or an institution is known as various types of securities held by an individual or an institution is known as portfolio. In business, various types of securities held by an individual or an institution are known as portfolio. Securities. What are securities? Transferable certificates showing ownership of stocks, bonds, shares, options, etc. etc. Transferable certificates showing ownership of stocks, bonds, ownership of shares, ownership of options, etc. are securities. Signposting language. Signposting language. Catchy phrases used to help focus the audience attention on different parts of a presentation. Signposting language, catchy phrases used to help focus the audience attention on different parts of a presentation. Okay, signposting language, catchy phrases used to help focus on the audience attention on different parts of the presentation. Then speculator. We talk usually about speculation, speculator. Someone who buys and sells stocks and shares by assuming the profit through changes in their value. So someone who is very eloquent in buying and selling stocks and shares by assuming the profit through changes in their value. So speculators will be there. Take on, employ or hire. Usually employer takes on, recruits employees. Employ or hire. Take on means employ or hire. Take, recruit new staff for the work. Okay. Tender. A written offer to execute work of supply goods at a fixed price. Okay. A written offer to execute work of supply goods at a fixed price. Turnkey. This technical vocabulary, this technical term. Turnkey. Equipment ready for use or operation. Turnkey is equipment ready for use or operation is turnkey. USP. Unique selling proposition. Unique selling proposition. A declaration of what makes a product different. A declaration of what makes a product different. Unique selling proposition, USP, a declaration of what makes a product different. Venture capital, money raised by companies to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage ownership. Money raised by companies to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage ownership. Venture capital is that one where money raised by companies to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage ownership. Something they want to include new people in the company as stakeholders, then they give some part of the company to them. There is money to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage of ownership. They want to do away with the percentage of the ownership. That is why they go for this one. Right. Then media vocabulary. Say broadsheet. A newspaper printed in a large format. Broadsheet is a newspaper printed in a large format is known as a broadsheet. Circulation. The average number of copies of newspapers or magazines sold over a specific period of time. Circulation. We talk about circulation. So media vocabulary, under technical vocabulary, business vocabulary we have seen so far. We are going to see technical vocabulary which is related to the media. Broadsheet is a newspaper printed in a large format. Newspaper printed in a large format is known as broadsheet. Circulation, the average number of copies of newspapers or magazines sold over a specific period of time is known as circulation. Classifieds, small advertisements in newspapers or magazines divided into categories. Classifieds are those small advertisements in newspapers or magazines divided into categories. Commercial, advertisement on radio or television. Commercial is nothing but commercial break or advertisements we talk about. Advertisement on radio or television is commercial. Double page spread. Advertisement printed across two pages in a newspaper or magazine is known as double page spread. Advertisement printed across two pages in a newspaper or magazine is known as double page spread. Editing, reviewing or rewriting in order to make the content suitable for publication. Editing is reviewing or rewriting in order to make the content suitable for publication. Eye catcher, something that particularly attracts one's attention is known as eye catcher. We use eye catchers. Eye catcher is nothing but something that particularly attracts one's attention is known as eye catcher. Then mass media, the main means of mass communications. Mass media is the main means of mass communication. Newspapers, TV, radio. The main means of mass communication. Newspapers, TV, radio, mass media. Okay, eye catcher, this is what. Then plug, favorable publicity in the media for a commercial product, a book, and so on and so forth. A favorable publicity in the media for a commercial product, okay, is known as a plug. Favorable publicity in the media for a commercial product, like a book. Favorable publicity, plug. Favorable publicity in the media, plug. Prime time, hours on radio and TV with the largest audience, usually the evenings. Hours on radio and TV with the largest audience, usually the evening. Promote, using advertising and publicity to increase sales of a product. Using advertising and publicity to increase sales of a product. Prime time, promote, plug. Then slot, specific time in a broadcasting schedule allotted for a commercial. Slot is specific time in a broadcasting schedule allotted for a commercial. Sound bite, short extract from a recorded interview or speech. Sound bite is short extract. Sound bite is short extract from a recorded interview or speech is known as sound bite. Spot. Spot is position of a commercial in a radio program or TV schedule. Spot is a position of a commercial in a radio program or TV schedule. Tabloid. Tabloid is newspaper printed in a small format, usually with a lot of photographs. Tabloids are newspaper printed in a small format, usually with a lot of photographs. Tabloids. Okay. So we have checked both business as well as media technical vocabularies. So with regarding business and with regarding media, we do have got different technical terms. Those terms are very, very important because business as well as media, both are very, very crucial these days. Without business, the world looks very dull place. And at the same time, without media also, nothing runs in a smooth and in a simpler way. So media as well as business, both are two different and important aspects these days to be, doing wonderful, covering wonderful things in it. Media as well as business. Without business, nothing is getting developed. And at the same time, without media, nothing is being, spreading. So with media, everything is everything is available in a very short span of time. It is possible due to the media. And business is taking place in every nook and corner of the world, around the world. Everything is now counted in terms of business, right? So remaining part we will try and do tomorrow. So far we have checked, we have seen all the words related to technical words related to business as well as media, right? We will meet again in the next class.